Stocks today shifted back towards tech a little, but not in a big enough way to get the animal spirits kicking in. We just haven't quite gotten the mode for melt up to activate yet, despite the S&P's technical new all-time highs. I've been highlighting a few charts that are holding us back, namely tech. So to see Nvidia hold 120 and to see Micron deliver some good numbers, that's encouraging for tomorrow to give us that tech forward type of market that generally has more potential to get frothy. The catch is that the everything rally that we had in that flash of a moment last Thursday after FOMC is basically dissipated and kind of disappeared to some extent. Talked about the Russell 2000 fade. The small cap fade is pretty ugly. Really only one session, and if you're going to slash rates, the whole idea is to get the economy revved back up so that the small caps and that whole rotation trade can kick in. I don't think it's as important as tech in terms of keeping the market stable, but it's just missing now from the equation. Also, the start and stop with the crypto markets continue to tell us that there is some hesitance to go full risk on. Look at the semiconductors, though. This should be good tomorrow. Micron should be giving us a good boost. It was a really nice number from Micron. We got Nvidia to hold 120. That's good. Just need to get the chips above the August high. You get the SMH above the August high. You get Nvidia above the August high. You get that real type of momentum to suggest an uptrend is viable again for this all-important sector, and it just makes you feel a lot more comfortable about the market overall. Think about how far we came without any of the small caps. I mean, frankly, who kind of needs them? It would be nice. And as far as the economic message goes, it would be very nice to see that group do well. But just mathematically and just generally thinking about momentum, if the semiconductors can take Micron's earnings, Nvidia's stability, turn that into a higher high, then your downside risks to the broad market generally become more limited. So that's why I've kind of been adding this caveat onto the green light for stocks, that it's a bit of a flimsy one. Now, that being said, two things to watch for the next 2 days with economic data. On the macro side, look at the 10-year yield. Talked a lot about how this is probably what we want. Higher yields since the 50 bips move. Generally, the stock market's gone up too, but it's starting to get a little disjointed. I'm not sure if stocks are starting to have a problem with the persistence of yields going higher. Again, I don't think they should, and we still stayed below yesterday's high of 3.8 in the 10-year. I'm more concerned if the 10-year starts to roll over, because then you become really, really dependent on the tech story. And that's a little bit risky too. What you'd like to get is tech breaking out, the economic data to come in solid, for bonds to continue their slow, steady drift higher in yield, and to get some hope in the cyclical stuff that can benefit if the economy doesn't fall apart. But lastly, the crypto thing too, I think still has signaling utility. Watch BTC. If it makes a lower low after making higher highs, then it means that that initial spurt of risk-taking appetite after the Fed is indeed running into a wall. We had an everything rally, basically, in the short time span from Thursday kind of until maybe today. The unwind in crude, the unwind in Bitcoin definitely puts us on a little bit of an edge going into tomorrow. But until you really start to roll over these charts, the Russell's rolled over, no doubt. But until Bitcoin really starts to roll over, and unless we see a real hard fade in Micron, then the momentum still seems to favor the bulls, but the animal spirits are not here. If they don't show up and we get further weakness or the data don't go well the next couple days, certainly be on alert, because we haven't gone too far from the breakout in the S&Ps. Maybe we need to go back and retest that 56 handle. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.